Society tells us to listen to our feelings and to listen to our body. And while that is true, one day I realized I was only operating from a place of my feelings. If I felt like working out, I went to the gym and I was grinding out. If I didn't feel like working out, I was at home chilling and listening to my body. If there was a new and challenging task that I needed to do for my business, I dived in head on if I felt like it, and if I didn't, I retreated to a place of comfort. While there's nothing wrong with listening to your feelings, feelings are fickle and feelings are not facts. Let's have a chat. Okay, I know that was all serious, but how do you feel about that intro? I feel like it was really cute, right? Let's have a chat. Yeah, let's have. Before we jump into today's video, make sure you hit that notification bell and you hit that subscribe. I post videos every Wednesday and Sunday. That is the goal, and I am doing that. As you can tell by the title and the intro, I'm going to be talking all about feelings. So about a week ago or so, I sat down and I was like, it was like the end of the week, and I was like, dang, another week passed you by and you haven't done all your goals, all your to-do lists. They're sitting there unchecked, not done. So I was like, yo, what is going on? Why am I not accomplishing some of the goals that I set for myself? And I really sat down and I looked back at the week and I'm like, you can't say you didn't have time because you were on TikTok, you were on Instagram, you had plenty of time. And after analyzing my week, I really realized that like my feelings are the biggest hindrance of my goals because I never stepped outside of my comfort zone. And I have places to be, I have goals to accomplish. And those goals, if I base my feelings on them, I'm gonna be here for a long time because I'm not gonna get anything done if I'm like, oh, I don't feel like posting today, I don't feel like filming today. It's like 8 p.m. Normally, if it's past 12, I'm not filming because the time to film is past. It's 8 p.m. right now. I am not operating from a place of feelings. I am operating from a place of you gotta get things done. And I really thought like listening to my feelings was like a sign of maturity because you're like, yeah, I'm in tune with my emotions, I'm in tune with my body, I'm listening to my feelings. I don't feel like doing this, so I'm not gonna do it. I could if I wanted to. Nah, sis, you like discipline. Like discipline. That's what you like. I feel like throwing rocks at cars that cut me off. But do I do that? No, because I will go to jail. You see what I'm talking about? How feelings are fickle? You can't listen to your feelings. Like, it sounds like minuscule, but like we truly operate from a place of feelings. And I saw a video recently where I think Michael Phelps was it, where he talked about how for like I think 5 or 6 years straight, he was in the water every single day. And I'm like we're talking about 75-day hard now. Like he said 5 years. How many days is that? What's 365 times 5? That's 1,825 days where he was in the pool every single day. You think he felt like going in the pool on Christmas? You think he felt like going to the pool on his birthday? But like, and I think about the gym example a lot because I don't think there's ever been a day in my life where I woke up and was like, yay, let's go to the gym at 5 a.m. Let me lose sleep. Never, ever in my life. As much as I work out, I've never ever felt like being like, yeah, let's go to the gym. Never. I will tell you one thing. I have never ever gone to the gym and then regretted it because I'm like, I could have spent my time doing something better, or that was a waste of time. That's why you can't trust your feelings. Your feelings will lead you astray. They will lead you off the path because your feelings come and go. And not to even make light of a serious subject, but like I think about with trigger one, I'm going to talk about ED a little bit. I've been thinking about eating disorders and stuff. There are people that are like either anorexic or bulimic where they feel overweight. They feel like they're huge. But if you look at the number on the scale, which is the fact, that is not the reality. But that's how they feel. And they're trusting their feelings instead of the facts. Again, I'm not trying to make light of it. I'm just trying to shed a little bit of an example on feelings versus fact. There's some times where you won't feel beautiful. There's some times where you won't feel worthy of something. But that does not mean that you are not worthy of it. The fact of the matter is that you are, but your feelings will convince you that you are not, and you have to truly get out of the mindset of like, I feel this way and let me trust that. Like I said, I really want to throw rocks at cars that cut me off. I live in New Jersey. People drive crazy. I want to throw rocks. I want to throw an egg yolk, but I can't do that because I can't trust my feelings because although I feel that in the present, that doesn't mean that the feeling will last. And a lot of things are like that in life. Yeah, sure, I might not feel like posting that content, but like at the end of the day, and the fact of the case is, I want to succeed and I have to now post that. And whenever I post that and like I see the end result, I'm like, okay, I feel good. However, if I trust my feeling in that moment, I will never get anything done because 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna call myself lazy because we're speaking life into ourselves, you know, positivity and all. I'm not gonna say I'm lazy, but like I want to chill. I want to chill a lot of times. I really want to chill. Like, I think, what was it? Also, to use athletes, I feel like you learn a lot from the athletes too. But like, I remember, who was it? Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. I think he said something about how he wakes up at like 3 a.m. or something like that to like get like 2-3 workouts in a day or something like that. And I'm just like, yo, these like grades that these athletes, you think they want to do the same? Like, they don't. Even them, they have to get out of the headspace of feeling. They just know, I need to get to Z, and this is what I have to do to get there. If you only did things when you felt like it, boy, do I have some bad news for you. I have some really, really bad news for you. And I even think about this when it comes to my business. I can't even say God didn't say it was time yet, or God didn't traject me yet, or whatever. I felt like I kept my business stagnant by operating from a place of feelings. I didn't want to increase my price because I felt like it was too expensive. Girl, you're standing on your feet for 8 hours. Be realistic. Where I felt like I wasn't worthy of charging that cost, when it's like, my work is good, and not even to like cocky or anything, but I know where I started, and I know where my work is, and I'm like, yeah, like, I feel like what I charge makes sense. But because of feelings, I would get so like anxious. Like, I just felt like I couldn't move because my emotions were controlling me so much. I didn't post content because I felt fear of judgment. I felt like people were judging me. People were gonna notice the little hair out of place, and they were gonna criticize it. They're like, you girl, you do not deserve to charge that much. I'm being very dramatic, but like, your feelings would truly have you like, you almost like torture yourself with these emotions. Like, they say like anxiety, like you suffer more in your head than you do in reality. Like, that's what operating from feelings and emotions would do to you. Because I didn't do, life. There's so much that I didn't do for the sake of like my feelings. Like, I didn't want to post certain things. I was like, oh, they're gonna think I'm shady. And it led to me being a pushover because I didn't feel like doing certain things. You don't have to feel like certain things to get it done. You don't have to feel like I get so worked up because I'm just like, I'm looking at my younger self. I'm like, get it together. But we thank God for growth. We're making progress. So I look back at certain decisions that I made, and I look back at my life, and I don't regret anything, but I'm just like, wow, imagine if you didn't let your feelings stop you. Imagine if you didn't let your feelings stop you from posting for months. Imagine if you didn't let feelings stop you from like growing your business and getting better. Imagine if you just had the audacity, like just step forward and move. But I didn't feel like it. I wanted to retreat into a comfort zone. I wanted to be comfortable. I didn't feel like doing something new. I felt like, let me just do what I'm doing, and eventually something will take off. Like, you. And I get so worked up thinking about it because I'm looking at my younger self. I'm like, if only I could tell, like, girl, get up. What does Sarah J. Roberts say? Get up. Like, just stop letting your feelings dictate your life. It will truly like hinder you. I used to say this, and I don't say it anymore because like, you're supposed to look at yourself the way God looks at you. But like, it will be some time when people describe me, and I'm just looking at them like, girl, who are you talking about? But like, the way I felt about myself and what the facts of the matter and what they were describing, I'm like, this is who they say I am, and this is what I'm looking at. Something was not adding up, and that's because I felt like I wasn't worthy. I felt like I wasn't capable. I felt like my work wasn't good enough. I felt all these things that were just not facts. Like, if I'm being realistic, me even saying my work is good, that was a statement that I just got comfortable saying like, maybe like a few months ago, if I'm being really, really realistic, because like, I just felt like I wasn't there yet. I felt like so many feelings that are just not like, I tortured myself up here just based on feelings. I didn't move because of feelings. Like, that was a whole rant and a half, but I truly want you to just understand how much our feelings like hinder us from operating. Like the gym is a big one because I really only used to go to the gym when I felt like it. Girl, you want this? Let me something. And this all ties back into the whole feelings and discipline and all of that, because I had to realize I had to be disciplined. You are not always gonna feel like working out. You think I want to post content every day? You think I want to sit on my computer and edit? No. But I want to get money. Feelings and discipline are like literally opposite. Your emotions will come and go. Like, there's sometimes where you like a guy. You like him today, tomorrow you might not. Like, that's feelings. They come and, like, they legit come and go. You have to look at the fact of the matter, and that's just, why do I keep saying fact of the matter? I don't even think that's English. Whatever. Anyway, now that I've said all that and gone on a whole rant about feelings, how do you actually stop operating from a place of feelings? There's this Bible verse that I heard that truly, like, it woke me up, and we always gotta go back to scripture. The Bible verse that truly, like, woke me up and was like, girl, get up. Like, you can't operate from a place of feelings. It's Proverbs 6 verse 10 and 11. And it says, this is when it talks about the whole ants and how they store up. Do they store up during summer? I think summer. They store up during summer for winter time and all that and stuff. It says, a little extra sleep, a little slumber, a little food in the hands to rest, then poverty will pounce on you like a bandit. Scarcity will attack you like an armed robber. And I read that and I was like, okay, G-O-D, like, say no more. Like, you don't have to say any more than that. Poverty will pounce on you if you just a little more slumber, a little more. I'm up. You don't have to tell me twice. You said Zoom is at 10 a.m. I'm up by 9:30. It's just that simple. There were so many times when I didn't read my word, or I didn't read the Bible, or I didn't work out because I didn't feel like, or I didn't have time. And when I thought about this verse, it truly goes back to the whole feelings thing where, like, I might not feel like waking up, but a little more slumber and poverty will pounce on me. I know it's like, sometimes you just have to, like, shake yourself a little bit, but I read that and I was like, wow, okay, time to get up. Now I wake up earlier, and I'm like, this verse has truly helped me accomplish my goals, because I don't think if I feel not capable, I don't care if I feel not worthy, I don't feel if I feel uncomfortable, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up and get it done. Like, one thing about, like, if you really think about ants, they will find a way. Like, if you block an ant from something, they will maneuver their way around. And I have to think like an ant. That's one thing. I have to think like an ant. That's the only way. Because they will find a way to get there. If ants saw the first obstacle and they stopped, you think they'll be storing up for winter? No. They would just stop. They will see the obstacle and they'll stop. But they're determined to get to where they want to go. So they, you know, they do a little swoop around and they go to where they want to go. Feelings would not have you do that. Feelings would be like, well, obstacle, chilling. But discipline will have you be like, okay, this is not working. Where can I go around, and let's find another way out of this. Another thing that I use to help me truly not operate from a place of feelings is I think about my end goal. I always say this, think about your why. Why do you do certain things? Think about your end goal. I have a major why in my life, and even sometimes when I don't feel like doing something, I'm like, yo, this is like a big goal that you want to accomplish, and the only way you can accomplish that is if you do what you need to do right now. Doesn't matter if you don't feel like it. And let me just quickly say this. If you're truly, like, exhausted, please take a break. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about, like, the little stuff where, like, you don't feel like doing something because, like, you don't feel like it. If you're, like, today, I was supposed to go to DC. I woke up this morning, my whole body was hurting. I was like, as much as I want to be outside summer, my body was like, yeah, girl, you're not going anywhere. That was me listening to my body in a positive way. However, if you don't feel like going to the gym because you just don't feel like it and your body is fine, like, you're chilling internally and everything, girl, get up, go to the gym. Like, that's when those are the people that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, like, when you're genuinely sick and you can't go. That's not what I'm talking about at all. I'm talking about when you just don't feel like it. Get up. Get up. And along with thinking about your end goal, this is when the whole motivation versus discipline comes into topic. People always ask the question, how do you have motivation? Motivation, I think they're like your feelings. There's some times where, like, you wake up in the middle of the night, you write out a whole plan about how you're gonna get your life together in 6 months. Those are your feelings at that moment. That next morning, when it's like, when you were up till like 3 a.m. and you told yourself you were gonna wake up at, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 to go work out, you don't feel like doing that anymore. That's when discipline comes in. You're not always going to be motivated. If you think you're going to be motivated 100% of the time, motivation is also another thing that's just so fickle. But if you keep doing something and if you keep at it, when you start getting close to that goal, that would then reignite the motivation. That's why you need to have discipline all the way through. I think of discipline as the facts. Like, you have to keep pushing through. Motivation is kind of like the feelings. It's like fickle. You're motivated one day, tomorrow you might not because life is happening. But discipline is when you, like, truly push through and you listen to the facts, which, like, I need to get to Z and I need to get there. That's when your facts come in and your feelings versus facts. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I've talked too long, but this is supposed to be like a serious but kind of lighthearted video, but I truly hope you take one thing from this video, and your feelings are not your facts. 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 Listen to the facts. Think about the facts. Your feelings are going to come and go. Motivation is not constant, not possible. And if you really keep going back to your feelings and just operate from a place of feelings, go back to Proverbs 6:10. A little more slumber, a little more sleep. Poverty will pounce on you like a bandit. That's what the Bible said. The Bible sometimes is just so, like, you know, It didn't just say poverty will pounce on your companion. It said scarcity will attack you like an armed robber. If that verse doesn't like wake you up, I don't know what will. Anyway, that's it for me for this video. I feel like we'll have a lot more chats here just about life and just things, yeah, that I want to talk about. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!